Good morning, everybody. Happy third week of in-person classes. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of instruction on what you are doing for your e-learning work this week. So I'm going to go ahead and share my at-home agenda with you. Whether you are at school on the 31st and the 1st, or you're at home these days, or you're at home later in the week, it's going to end up being the exact same. So even though you might say, hey, I'm home on Thursday and Friday, your tasks are going to be the same. You guys might notice we started out with some discussion board posts. You guys are going to click on your discussion board at the very beginning. We already did that as a class. And you're going to just follow the instructions. You're going to comment. You're going to answer the question. You're going to comment on 2 other people's posts. Afterwards, you are responsible to open each of these video links individually. You're going to watch a couple videos. One is about scientific method. The other is about experimental design. Here is the part that I want you guys to all pay attention to and make sure you do as well. After you watch those videos, you're going to look over the notes as well that go with the videos. If you don't already have your notebook set up, you need to set your notebook up. And the great thing is you can actually use this class period to catch up on a missing e-learning assignment from last week. You're going to click this link. Go ahead and pause if you need to follow along more carefully if I'm going too fast. You make a copy of this document and you are going to rename it. I'm going to rename it Mr. Goal 8th grade digital notebook. I'm going to rename it on the first page too because that's how I roll. Want to make sure I got my name all over it, right? Now here's a big thing so you guys know where to find this. I'm going to move this. I already have a goal science folder. Hopefully a lot of you have already sort of created folders for all your classes. If you haven't, you would type goal science and you would create a folder specifically for it. I'm going to just go ahead and move it to the one that says goal science already, since I already have that. Once you have this created, our e-learning assignment from last Wednesday was to take scientific method notes. So once we have our notebook, you guys are going to open the scientific method and the controlled experiments notes. Instead of having to watch that video from last week, you can just see our scientific method steps here. So you're going to go ahead, rather than copying and pasting these, I really want to stress that you type them in. It might be easier to copy and paste them. Easier is not going to help you remember it. You form connections in your brain. You make the learning more permanent when you actually write this down. So go ahead and make this and the other one split screen and copy the notes down on scientific method. But instead of copying it up there, make sure you when you copy it out, make sure you also read the example so you know what is going on. A hypothesis is the potential answer to the question, one that can somehow be tested. So make sure that you understand what a hypothesis is. If you need to take some extra notes from down here, please do that as well. Last, we have our controlled experiment notes. So we have some notes in here we're going to want to take. We're going to want to make sure that we write down what an independent variable is, what a control group is, what an experimental group, what a dependent variable is. Some of those were in that video. So please, everyone, make sure you take these notes down as well. Once you're done with that, once you have your notes upgraded, we have in Canvas here a quick check for understanding. It's a scientific method e-learning quiz. You have unlimited retakes. Please go for 100%. So you need to take this quiz after you do these other must-do items. If you haven't turned in your notebook assignment or you copied your notebook, please take a screenshot of your notes and submit it. You can get that link either where it says notebook here, it's also down in the late work section. Then go ahead, if you have time left in class, which you might, and look at your other scientists. These two on the bottom won't be accepted after this week. This is your last week to get these two done. Otherwise, they will be a zero in there since we're moving on from the beginning of the year to scientific method. That means that late work from before scientific method, we're starting to not accept it. This should answer most of your questions. If you have any more, you can feel free to return from your breakout room to the main room and raise your hand, type something in the chat, and I will answer it. Otherwise, ask your classmates. Many of them probably have an answer who are in the breakout room with you. And of course, I'll always come in and check on you there. Thank you and have a great day.